Meg, a nasty day, but hey, that was no problem for the Ravens, huh?
Exactly. I think that we're very distracted with the Ravens win, hopefully from all the rain, because yes, it wasn't necessarily the cheeriest of weather forecasts, was it? A lot of rain and a lot of clouds out there. Now, the good news is that the rain is tapering off. So as we take a look here at the radar, you'll notice, yes, we're starting to see some dry areas. So Baltimore, we are drying out. What we have, though, we still have this flood watch in effect through tomorrow morning, and a couple of those flood warnings. I will say that the majority of those flood warnings expire over the next few hours because we are going to see this rain tapering off overnight. I want to talk about Hurricane Florence. So here's the latest track. This came in 5 o'clock. We're seeing maximum sustained winds at 85 miles an hour, expected to become a Category 2 hurricane tomorrow afternoon, a Category 3 hurricane later on in the day. So tomorrow evening. Now, as we watch this track, we see it moving to the west and then the northwesterly. It's Thursday and Friday when we're watching for a landfall over the southeastern United States here so far. It looks to be North Carolina early Friday morning. However, it is so early to tell exactly where it's going to make landfall and exactly when. So it's this cone of uncertainty, this widespread area that we're keeping a very close eye on. Now, what could potentially happen is another system is going to block Florence, and that would mean continued rainfall over the same areas, including for Maryland. That's why so far for Maryland, the main impact looks to be flooding. You'll notice the computer models starting to get in more agreement about this North Carolina landfall. However, again, it is just so early. You can imagine, though, that we're going to be keeping a very close eye on it. We'll keep you posted. Then we have two other tropical storms. So here we are with Tropical Storm Isaac, set to become a Category 1 hurricane tomorrow. Then we have Hurricane Helene, just upgraded here to a hurricane there, starting to move west with those maximum sustained winds up to 85 miles an hour. Temperatures across the state. Let's talk about what we're seeing here and now. 61 for Baltimore. So the cooler air, enjoy it while it's here. That changes tomorrow. You'll notice here those northeasterly winds very strong in certain areas. We see this drying out on the future cast. So for the most part, we're done with the rain for tonight. We're done with the rain for tomorrow, but more is on the way, dipping down into the low 60s. Tomorrow, we're headed for that high of 80 degrees. So keep in mind, we stayed in the 60s. Tomorrow, we're moving right past the 70s, back into the 80s, but it does look like the low 80s nonetheless. And you can see the consistent chances for rain. Rick?